Wednesday 2, Crewe 0. No warms a cockles better, does it, on a cold winter's day than Wednesday getting an away win, and a clean sheet to boot. Marvellous. So Wednesday travelled down to Gresty Road, hoping to keep this unbeaten run continuing and try and turn some of the draws that we've been picking up into wins. We were out before kick-off when Crewe's top scorer, Mikel Mandron, was ruled out. He was replaced by 37-year-old former trotter Chris Porter. Wednesday had to make their own changes. Massimo Luongo obviously starting a 3-match suspension. No real surprise there, as we thought. Lewis Wing came into midfield and Bannon took a slightly deeper position. Kieran Brennan came in at right-sided centre-half as Palmer and Marvin Johnson continued in the middle and the left centre-half positions. But probably one surprise was Callum Patterson's move to centre-forward in place of Canberra, who didn't have the best game in the week, but it was still a bit of a surprise move, I think we'd say. Coburn, who came in on the left-hand side for Shadipo, which is understandable against a team struggling near the bottom, put him on in most creative and attack-minded players. I barely settled back in my seat actually though, pondering it and thinking, Patterson at centre-forward. It's barely 25-30 seconds, ball over from Bannon and Patterson rattles away at a left-foot strike which forces keeper into a good save, which shows probably why Darren Moore's a manager and I'm not. Bannon picking out that quick early ball for Patterson really showed the intent from the first minute, because he's had an absolute blinder. He started in minute 1 and went right through to end. It's probably the best, most complete midfield performance we've seen from a Wednesday player for 2 years in my eyes. Completely dominated the game. From Crewe's point of view, for the team that's struggling, I was surprised that they didn't try and get more physical with it. I know they've got their rich history of being a footballing club, although I did find they were trying to find long balls from one side or the other to try and open us up like that quickly. But I was surprised they weren't in sharper and quicker in midfield. Bannon was just afforded the space of the pitch, and he used his full range of ability to start picking them apart almost at will. Fantastic performance and easily my man at match. And that's before we even talk about his goal, and what a goal it is. It's an absolute... Stop trying to talk in your professional voice, you're not posh. Cheers, Stu Potter. Anyway, Bannon's goal. Obviously, because of copyright issues, and I'm already on my third warning, I think it is, I'm not allowed to show the Bannon goal. But what I can do is say it looked a lot like this.
Bashiru continues his run. Bannon still going. Bannon, it's Barry Bannon for Sheffield Wednesday, edge of the area, shoots towards goal. It's a fantastic goal from the Sheffield Wednesday captain, a moment of brilliance from the number 10, and he celebrates with the Wednesday fans. What a goal. 27 minutes gone, it's Crewe 0, Sheffield Wednesday 1.
Look at me like that. You want to try doing a show on this sort of budget with copyright being what it is? Fantastic goal, Bannon's there celebrating with Wednesday fans, and then suddenly you can see little projectiles coming down on park and you're thinking, what's that? And you're looking, and then commentators notice the same thing, there's stuff landing around her. They can't be chucking stuff at Wednesday skipper when he's just scored a goal, can they? Well, turns out they were sausage rolls. I mean, complete stupidity that for Wednesday fans, because everybody knows that Scottish people prefer battered Mars bars. So if you're going to be chucking some little snacks for your superstar skipper to eat in the middle of the game, chuck him right food. Know what I mean? Anyway, right goal from Barry Bannon. And at this stage, Wednesday are dominating proceedings really, and you're just thinking we can go on here and get 2, 3, maybe even 4 goals. As it is, it starts petering a little bit. And then, just before stroke, they get bloody penalty, don't they? And ironically, best player on park, it's Bannon who it's given against. I don't think he can get out of the way. He turns away from it, it hits him, and you think, here we go. Grunter steps up, ain't missed a penalty for 6 years. You think, here we go. Peacock Farrell, though, stays up. A lot of keepers are already off, aren't they? Stays up, waits at last minute, calls his bluff. He tries to put one down middle, saves it with his legs. But that's not really the impressive part. The impressive part is he gets up and saves rebound. See all these training drills, don't we, all the time with goalkeepers? See Westwood, Wednesday have put some out in recent years, and Kirkland and all them. They always do them drills where they have to save a shot and jump back up and save another. You see this, you see benefit of them drills. As dominant as Wednesday were in the first half, and they were well on top, games hinge on these little moments, don't they? Like that. 1-0, it's very tight, and this is where our little bit more quality showed, because we've got a fantastic goalkeeper who makes a save like that, a great double save like that. We've got Palmer at centre half who had an excellent game. Bannon, the most dominant player on the entire pitch in midfield, and up top end at pitch, Gregory, who adds that little bit of quality. And in tight games like this, even when you're dominating, you're on top, in tight games, if you've got those quality players right down your spine, they make a difference. And these little turning points in games, these little sliding doors moments in games, can turn a result. And that save, despite it's a 2-0 win, that save has probably changed the entire outcome of the game. Because if they score that right on the stroke of half time, that's a different game again. As it is, we do make that save in second half. We come out, we get a second goal almost from the off, and it's a right good header from Gregory. In fact, it's not unlike a goal that John Ark scored at Anfield about 25 years ago, if you flip the image round the other way, a bit like this.
A second, Hunt's ball into the box, headed towards goal, and there it is! It is Gregory! Just 80 seconds into the...
I know. You're starting to look at me and think, that kid must be some sort of savant genius to see that goal today and realise it's as an exact mirror image of a goal scored 23 years ago, whatever it were. Unfortunately, I'm not very good at cards. Very basic mathematical skills, and I'm just actually shit at games in general, really. But shit like that, oh yes. Useless shit that don't make me any money, oh yes. My mind's finally tuned for out like that. Wednesday dominating proceedings at this stage, but then they sort of take foot off gas a little bit. They come into them, made a couple of substitutions, try and freshen things up a bit. But really, Wednesday could have had a third, a fourth. A couple of great chances. Bannon puts a sweet corner in. And Big Patterson gets up and heads it, goes right round keeper, dinks against far post. Keeper's beaten, all ends up. Probably deserves a goal. Windass comes on, flashes a couple of shots in, quick shot. One of them actually draws a brilliant save from goalkeeper. Windass, he does put ball in at the end, but it's Berahino gets a break. They've got a 2-on-2. He delays the pass. I don't know if that kid's short of confidence or what it is, but I'm just not seeing it at the minute from him. He keeps getting this spot coming off bench, and I know he's shown that quality in past, but I think if I'm probably Canberra or Sol, or I'm probably thinking, well, hang on, maybe I'm worth a spot on bench here to come on for a 20-minute cameo. But Darren Moore seems to fancy him. I just think when you cling a bit, because they had a little spell, Crewe, last 10 minutes, chuck kitchen sink in it, as you might expect. That's when you need to alt ball up. That's where I would have said, right, let's put Canberra on or so on, and just put the ball into feet and let them hold it up a bit. But they did have a chance right at the end, actually, Crewe, because they were, like I said, they were chucking it at us. And another great save from Peacock Farrell, and then right at the end he does actually get beaten. Who's there hacking it off the line? Liam Palmer. That's two fantastic games back to back that he's had in that central centre half position. Don't get me wrong, I want Dunkley back in there as soon as humanly possible, because he's been absolutely colossus this last month. But credit where it's due, Palmer's been asked to move into that central position. Two brilliant back-to-back games. I mean, would you have thought that when he come through as a kid? as a young midfield player come right back. Brilliant. Anyway, so game over. Wednesday 2. Crewe out. Climb the table. We'll have a quick look at that. Win puts us up in 7th spot on 37 points, level with Plymouth, who lost again today. That's their new gaffer. His old assistant gaffer, apparently. Ranlow wanted to take him with him, but he didn't want to go. He wanted to be the boss, and apparently Stephen Schumacher, they call him, and that's it. Apparently he said the most important thing is that the players stop calling me Shuey and start calling me gaffer. Well, I think it's going to take a little bit more than that, pal, don't you? Anyway, they haven't won in 5. They're on a bit of a slumpy run, so if we can overtake them next week, that'd be a little result. Could see us send on 40 points if Plymouth lose again. And we're playing Accrington Stanley actually, so a chance to pull even further away from them. Yeah, looking well placed going into Christmas. So that's a great start to the weekend for all of us. I have had a little message from our kid. I thought you were getting rid of Greenbeard. Well, I was going to get rid of Greenbeard, but then I thought, hang about. Wednesday I lost a match since I've had Greenbeard, so it's probably going to have to stay. Kids think I look like a tramp, but what are you going to do? I mean, if Wednesday could win title off at back of it, I don't mind if I look like ZZ Top by end of the season. Know what I mean? Anyway, have a good weekend, folks. I'm going to have my celebratory bun. Today I've got a lemon curd tart. Let me know what buns you're having to celebrate, and enjoy the day. See you later. Oh, do you know what? I love these. Love them. It's got a bit of tang. Marvellous.